Hello and welcome to the Open Auction tutorial series. In this video we will look at simply getting started with your Open Auction software. So for starters, we're going to open up a blank Open Auction template. And when you do, the first thing you'll see is that you're prompted with a security warning. Now, the Open Auction template is an Excel spreadsheet that has quite extensive Visual Basic coding in order to make it do the things that we want it to do, and those are called macros. We have digitally signed this code with a certificate from Everidge Consulting. And that is to ensure you that between our developing the template and having it delivered to you, that it hasn't been tampered with by anybody else to do anything bad to your system. So in order to get into the application, we will need to enable the macros, and if you don't want to see this message anymore, simply click off Always Trust Macros from this publisher. When we get into the application, the next thing that you'll notice is that many of the toolbars, as well as the number column down the left-hand side, are hidden, and we do that to maximize the real estate for the application, and they're not really necessary within the application because many of the functions that you'll need are provided for you in the application itself. The first screen that you'll come to is the main menu screen, and if you've seen the overview, you will remember that there's a lot of navigational buttons that lead you to the different segments of the application. You'll also see a series of tabs down here. There are 12 tabs, and you may need to move over your scroll bar so you'll see all of them. To get to different sections, you can click on these buttons here, or you can actually click on these tabs here. So the buttons and these tabs do exactly the same thing. You'll also notice that on the setup page, or the main menu page, there's a setup button. And this setup button allows you to set some default values. For example, what is the default door amount to get in? So you can set this to be whatever you want. As well, there is a place here for the title of your organization. And a place for the address. And a phone number, as well as a receipt footer. Now this information here will be pulled into the receipts on the checkout tab, which will be part of a later tutorial, and we'll go over this at that point in time. But so when you're starting up your spreadsheet, you may want to go in and set these variables as well. You can click Save. You may also have noticed at the bottom that there's a data import-export capability. This has been specifically designed so that as newer versions of the software is released, you're going to be able to upgrade to the newer release and keep your data. So you'll go into your existing file, you'll perform an export, specifying what folder you want the data to go to, and the name of your folder. The folder or the file that you export is an XML file, and you do actually need to put the XML extension in it, or you should put the extension in it. And then you will open up the newer version of the application and select the data import, and it will import all that data for you so that you don't have to worry about re-entering any of your data. The remainder of the main menu is basically to give you a summary of how things are going, and this is a real-time summary as well. So as people start to come in the door, you'll notice that the revenue from the door is starting to increase, and as people start to bid on items, you'll see all these numbers start to increase to give you a total revenue number. There's also an expenses tab to allow you to control expenses, so once that's entered in, that'll be reduced from the total revenue to give you your actual profit, and we find this quite handy when you're in the middle of an auction to be able to make announcements as to how much money the auction's actually earning. 'Cause everybody's attending these auctions because they want the particular group to do well, and we found individuals to be quite enthusiastic about that. And usually what we'll do is at different levels make sort of announcements, and it's usually at $1,000. So the first time we hit $1,000, we make an announcement, and at 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, etc. And people get quite excited about that. The main menu also sort of gives you a summary of the total numbers of vendors, the total number of attendees, auction items, raffle items as well, just so you can keep tabs on how you're doing. And while you're running the live auction, the system will also give you a list of the top 5 highest bidders. And we make announcements of this too, because there's a little bit of posterity that goes with being one of the highest bidders, and so we find people perhaps bidding a little bit more just so they can see themselves hit the high bidders list. And it's a bit of a recognition for those individuals as well. And that, in a nutshell, is the main menu tab, and we will be having individual videos for each one of the different tabs that are here. So feel free to look through the tutorials and find the area that you're interested in and to listen to that video.